there with Luther?
Not even with Luther, because Luther famously said he would rather drink blood with the Pope than...
So then how did it come about?
It came with Ulrich Zwingli and some of the radical anti-reformers, which is like, what, 500 years ago?
What does it matter, the dating?
What matters is if we're believing in Christianity as historically the faith that Christ gave to the apostles, you would expect to find any records of first century Christians that lived in the time of the apostles that would believe the beliefs you have, right?
My friend, during that time period, not everybody thought that literally Jesus was eating his own body and drinking his own blood whenever they took communion. Well, not every Christian did, I can promise you historically. You got to check your historical facts on that. The majority of the church fathers, you're exactly right. In terms of what they passed down, many of them did say that Jesus was actually in the bread and his blood was actually in the wine.
There aren't any records of anyone.
But to make that type of claim is just that's huge stretch.
It's not a stretch, because every single one of the early church fathers say that it's actually his body, actually his blood. If you go to 1 Corinthians chapter 11, St. Paul even says that those who didn't examine themselves properly before partaking of the Lord's Supper could die. If it's just mere bread and wine, why is St. Paul saying it was killing Christians that didn't examine themselves properly before partaking?
Why did he say what?
He said because some of you have not examined yourselves and are partaking unworthily, he says, some of you are sick and some of you sleep. This is in 1 Corinthians 11, meaning they died. They died from partaking it unworthily. So if it's just mere bread and wine, why is St. Paul saying it's killing Christians?
Excellent question. Contextually, because people were not doing it in such a way that was obviously worthy and in a worshipful manner towards God.
Right, but
just like women, when they were called to wear head coverings, it wasn't because there was a